Hi guys, Mehrnush here from Ross IELTS Academy. I'm here today to teach you how to write a report on a multigraph in IELTS Writing Task 1. This may be one of the most challenging question types for you, but after you watch this video learning it step by step, you'll see how easy it becomes. Remember that you can always use our writing correction and writing course in which you learn the different question types in the two tasks besides the paragraph structure and expressions that you should apply for them. After you got some practice, you can use our writing correction service visiting our website www.rossielts.com. By the way, we have launched our official immigration office to help you guys with all the information you need to apply to the universities and live abroad. You can find the link to it in the video description. Let's now get started. A multigraph is a combination of two graphs, two tables, a chart and a table, and etc. Today, I will give you an example of a pie chart and a table as a multigraph, and we'll see how we should analyze these to apply the correct paragraph structure for that. As you know, we needed to follow a few steps before we start the report. What were they? Exactly. The first one was question analysis, the second one was planning the writing, and the third one was to follow the correct paragraph structure. So, as you know, first we have the introduction paragraph in which you only have one sentence. Then we have the overview paragraph which has got two sentences. Then details paragraph 1 which has 3 to 4 sentences, and details paragraph 2 with 3 to 4 sentences as well. Now let's follow these one by one on a multigraph. Let's see. Very well. As you see here, we have two charts, a pie chart which is divided into 4 parts and a table. The pie chart talks about the causes of worldwide land degradation. The table talks about the causes of land degradation by region. What we are asked in the question is to summarize the main features by selecting and reporting the main features and to make comparisons where relevant. Now let's look at the pie chart first. The first thing to do is to see what parts are the charts made of. Now we start with the bar chart. First of all, you should see if it is a trend over time or it has happened in a specific point of time. Here, there is no date mentioned. It just mentions 4 reasons for the worldwide land degradation generally. The second thing is that you should see what the title is, which here is the causes of worldwide land degradation. And the third thing is that you should see what categories or labels you have, which in this pie chart we have 4: deforestation, overcultivation, overgrazing, and other. The fourth thing you should do is to see what the unit of measurement is, which here is percentage. You clearly see it next to the numbers. And the last thing to consider is the purpose of the chart, which is the comparison between the 4 reasons for worldwide land degradation. Now let's see what parts is this table comprised of. The first one is the time, which is the 1990s. This one is mentioned in the question statement. The second one is the title, which is the causes of land degradation by region. The next one is the categories or labels. Here we have deforestation, overcultivation, overgrazing, total land degraded, North America, Europe, and Oceania. The fourth one is the unit of measurement, and here we have percentage. And the purpose here is to compare the 4 reasons of land degradation: deforestation, overcultivation, overgrazing, total land degraded, in 3 regions, which are North America, Europe, and Oceania. Very well. Now that we separately looked at each chart and found out what parts they are made up of, we can step into the next level and identify their main features. First of all, it's very important to know that whenever you have a multigraph, you don't need to compare one with another. What you need to do is to analyze each one separately. For example, here you should first analyze the pie chart and then the table. You may ask yourself how many of the main features in each one should be mentioned. You should mention 2 to 4 features in each. So, in multigraphs, if you have 2 graphs, find 2 key features in each one, which would make 4 in total. If you have 3 charts, then find 1 in each, which will make 3. Now, let's get started with identifying the key features. But what I want you to do now is to pause the video and try to analyze it yourself. First, you should do that and then come back to me. As I said, now that we have 2 charts, you can find 2 key features in the pie chart and 2 in the table. Take your time. Okay, knowing that I should identify 2 key features in the pie chart and 2 in the table, I start identifying them. First, the pie chart. There are 3 primary causes of farmland degradation, and overgrazing is the major one. And in the table, it shows that Europe had a far higher percentage of unproductive land compared to the other 2 regions in this time period. As you see, we only looked at the most obvious features of both charts without even getting into any detail. Perfect. Now that we know what question type we are dealing with, analyze the parts they are made of, and the key features in each, it's time to see what paragraph structure we can apply to write our own writing. From what we have learned before, here's the structure. The first paragraph is the introduction paragraph, in which you should paraphrase the question statement. The second paragraph is the overview paragraph, in which the key features of both charts are mentioned. The third paragraph is the details of the first chart, and the next paragraph, the fourth paragraph, is the details of the next chart, the second chart, which is the pie chart here. So, whenever you have a multigraph, one details paragraph should be to get into detail of the first one, and the next details paragraph to focus on the second one. By applying the exact same structure I just taught you, you can make sure to get a 9 in task achievement and coherence and cohesion. Very well, guys. Now that we have learned everything we need, let's go and write our report on this multigraph. So, in the introduction paragraph, which is our first paragraph, we can say, the pie graph displays the principal causes why farming land deteriorates, while a table illustrates how 3 regions of the planet were affected by these factors in the 1990s. As you can see, in this paragraph, I have paraphrased the question statement using some synonyms like graph instead of chart, principal causes instead of main reasons, farming land instead of agricultural land, deteriorates instead of becomes less productive. Then to talk about the second part of the question statement, which is related to the table, I use the word while, and then the paraphrasing of the rest of it using illustrates instead of shows, the planet instead of the world, factors instead of reasons, and in the 1990s instead of during the 1990s. We can clearly see from the pie chart that there are 3 primary causes of farmland degradation, and overgrazing is the major one. The table shows that Europe had a far higher percentage of unproductive land compared to the other 2 regions in this time period. So for this paragraph, I have mentioned the main features from each graph and wrote them in a general way. Notice that I have not included any numbers or details. We will get into detail of that in the next 2 paragraphs. Also, you should remember that I am using the present simple for the pie chart because there is no date, and the past tense for the table because it was in the 1990s. The pie chart represents 4 causes, with overgrazing representing the biggest proportion at just over a third. Widespread clearing of trees and the overuse of crops constitute nearly 1/3 and just over a quarter, respectively. Here I have talked about the pie chart by using synonyms for the causes and proportions and fractions for the data. The table shows that nearly 1/4 of Europe's entire surface had fallen victim to degeneration. Only a small proportion of North America's total land became less productive at 5%, and Oceania was marginally higher with a value of 13%. And here I have only talked about the table, getting into detail. So generally I had 151 words, the word count. In this video we learned about the multigraphs and how easily we can handle them on exam day. Now you can write your own writing by yourself. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned and see you very soon.